How does Nathan MacKinnon, the leading goal scorer in the league, one of the fastest players in the league, and the best player on the best team, end up with a stat line like this? Well, I'm going to break that down for you guys, and I'll show you how to defend players like this. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to look at is how to defend a player like this on the rush. MacKinnon can fly, and Colorado fuels that by how they approach the rush. So the defenseman down here, he tends to wait a bit with the puck because he's trying to draw out the forwards. They then like to have a forward kind of posted up at the far blue line, and then a winger on the far boards breaking hard. So what this looks like is a pass up here, and that catches these two defensemen here flat-footed. And then this guy who receives the puck in the middle does a quick pass out here. And then with his breaking speed and the flat-footed defenseman, this allows the forward, MacKinnon for example, who can just fly to just get right past the defenseman. So that's essentially what they do. Now let's look at some examples of it. The first example I'm going to show you is how not to defend this, and just to show you what it looks like when it works. So we have the puck carrier right here, and as you can see, he's taking his time, and him taking his time like this is making the defenseman on the far blue line come to that standstill and hold the zone. It's also allowing that breaking winger to get his speed. So watch. And now we have all of this congestion right here. Everyone's flat-footed except this guy right here, exactly like the example I showed you. And he is just flying on the wing. MacKinnon makes the dish. Defensemen are flat-footed, and he's able to drive right to the net without any resistance. So, example of how not to do it. Now let's look at how to do it. We have the puck carrier over here on this one. And watch how he just makes a D-to-D pass. They're killing time. They're allowing that forward to generate speed through the middle and lulling the defenseman into being flat-footed. But this time, Montreal has someone on the guy breaking, so they're matching the speed. And also, the defensemen were backing up, back to the dangerous area over here. And the key as a defenseman to defending this type of rush is to identify who the fastest player is coming through the middle. You can't be paying attention necessarily to the person that's closest to you. You have to see kind of who's on the horizon coming fast. Matheson and Guhle identify this, and they're matching the speed of the fastest player. Some questionable interference there, but that completely diffuses the rush, and they're able to break out cleanly. This next one's a bit of a variation, but it's still a similar concept of trying to get that speed breaking through the middle while they slow it down before. So this guy on the wall with the puck, he's trying to draw the defenders to him while he has MacKinnon over here breaking up the middle. And similar to the other technique they use, they're trying to get the defenseman to hold up and not match the speed of that breaking forward. But Matheson and Guhle, they identify this, and again, they're backing up into that dangerous area and matching MacKinnon's speed. It's kind of the best you can do when you have that high guy hanging out the blue line. They back up, and it allows time for the back checker to come back, and there's not much of a threat there. And we have one more textbook example of how to defend this. Makar down here is carrying the puck, and he's delaying. And now MacKinnon has the puck here, and there's that high guy at the blue line who is trying to get the defenseman flat-footed. Meanwhile, we have the far guy breaking with speed, hoping to beat the flat-footed defenseman. However, the Montreal defensemen this time match the speed. And see that, and they do not get beat. Almost, but not quite. And they just did exactly what I said. They matched the speed of the fastest guy coming through the middle. And since this style of rush from Colorado is difficult to defend, and you kind of have to back in a little bit more, it allows for easier access to your zone. So next we're going to look at how to defend a sniper like this in your D zone. When you're defending fast, dangerous players like this in your zone, you have to be a bit more careful with how you approach them along the boards. So let's look at the board first, just so we can get a sense of what it looks like defending MacKinnon in the D zone. And now MacKinnon, he's a sniper, but he's not a sniper in the sense where he's picking corners from the top of the circle like some other guys. Don't get me wrong, he can do it. But most of his goals happen in this area. And the way he does this is on the cycle. So let's say MacKinnon has the puck here on the half wall, and he cycles it back, and then he rotates in the cycle. But what he does is he goes up here. He kind of goes high in the cycle. And similar to the rush, he likes to enter into this area with speed. And he also, like McDavid, likes to play picks with other players on the other team and get defenders to rotate off, which can cause a miscommunication, and he's left undefended. So that is kind of how he generates his offense off the cycle. Now let's look at some examples. So just like the rush, I'm going to show you guys first what a bad example looks like, and then we'll hop into the good ones. So on this one, we have MacKinnon right here, and Matheson is right over here on the wall. And Matheson, being this far onto the wall, has really opened up this area here, and that is exactly what MacKinnon likes. He's circled way up here, and now he's looking to attack into this area with speed while catching the defender still stuck on the wall. That's exactly what he does, and a scoring chance. So now let's check out some good examples. For this shift, we're going to pay attention to how Matheson and Guhle approach this and how they defend this area, which, as I showed you earlier, is where MacKinnon gets most of his goals. And clearly they're aware of that. We have MacKinnon right here, and he's carrying the puck up the wall in the cycle. So let's watch how this unfolds a bit. And Matheson and Guhle are just hanging out, covering this area. And just watch them. They're not moving from that area. And look at how far up MacKinnon's going. He literally just went off screen up here, and he's not going to appear back on screen for a few seconds because he's looking for that opportunity to jump into that area. So he's still not there. And look, Matheson and Guhle, they're just protecting this area. They're really reluctant to go outside of it because they know how dangerous it is when they get extended. So the play continues, still no MacKinnon, still no MacKinnon. And there he is. He's back. He's like a predator looking for his opportunity in this area. But Matheson identifies this. He's aware of what's going on. And he comes up and keeps protecting that area. But he's not overextending. He's not going out too far. And look at MacKinnon. He's just hovering for that spot. But MacKinnon and Guhle are keeping that area clogged up and way less dangerous for MacKinnon. We have MacKinnon over here on this one. And he's doing what he likes to do. He likes to come up and get that speed and come back in. He gets thrown a little bit of a clunker pass. So now it's in his feet. And when a player like this gets a fumbly pass like that in his feet, those are one of the rare opportunities you can pressure him a bit more. And Matheson identifies that and he's going to go at him. But even still, he's not going to go at him super aggressive because MacKinnon is so fast and shifty. And he almost gets beat here. You see that? He almost gave his back to MacKinnon, which would have been a split second too much to give to a player like this. But he knows better and he doesn't give his back to him. He keeps facing him. And he's staying on him. He keeps looking. Still defending that area. And now look, MacKinnon is going up here. He's doing what he likes to do, but Matheson is going to maintain this area. He's not going to go chasing him. He keeps an eye on him, but he didn't go chase him. On this one, we're going to watch how Caulfield, Guhle, and Matheson basically don't leave that dangerous area. Even with MacKinnon hanging out far over here, they're not leaving that area. And this is making it difficult for the Colorado forwards to enter into that dangerous area. They're not much of a threat outside there. They keep defending that area. And this is just forcing Colorado to keep everything on the perimeter. They can't really enter into that area. They get off a weak little shot from the far hash marks. Not much of a threat. So that's it, guys. And as you can see, when defending players like MacKinnon and high-flying teams like Colorado, it comes down to not overextending yourself and getting caught up in the speed game with them, because realistically, you're going to lose. Matheson and Guhle played a very safe, containing game against them and kept them to the outside and outside of those dangerous areas, and that resulted in MacKinnon being left off the score sheet. And as always, thanks for watching Dirty Little Shifts, where I pass on my knowledge of defense to you, so you can hopefully see the game a little bit deeper. Hope you enjoyed.